Good afternoon and welcome to today's presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association coverage of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. I'm Roger Houston, the brand ambassador for the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, and today we're in Rock Springs for racing from the Meigs County Fairgrounds. Today's live racing event is brought to you by Cool Winds Farm, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, and the Galbraith Equine Center at the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center.
The Connecticut Western Reserve was in essence from the western border of New York to the Pacific Ocean. When the territories northwest of the River Ohio were opened up in 1787, the first permanent settlement in Ohio was Marietta in 1788, located right along the Ohio River. A former captain and hero of the American Revolution who had surveyed the area for the Ohio Company of Associates, 38-year-old Return Meigs Sr. founded the village. He brought his family from Middleton, Connecticut, and was the first clerk of courts, a justice of the peace, and served in the Ohio legislature. He became the agent for Indian affairs and moved to Tennessee until his death there in 1823, but he wasn't the one that Meigs County was named for when it was founded in 1819. That honor went to his son, Return J. Meigs Jr., who stayed in Marietta, became a colonel in the militia, served as its first postmaster, a judge in the Northwest Territory, and when Ohio became a state in 1803, he was the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. He became Ohio's fourth governor at the age of 36 in 1810, and the new county was named for him. He would stay in Marietta until he died there in 1823. And welcome to The Rock. This is Rock Springs, just north of Pomeroy, just about 2 miles north of Pomeroy and the Ohio River. Today at the Meigs County Fair. Another beautiful Ohio day. Temperature right about 78. The skies are clear. The horses are coming on the track for the first race post-parade. And we have 8 Southern Valley Colt Circuit, well, 6 Southern Valley Colt Circuits today, and 2 free-for-alls, a free-for-all trot and a free-for-all pace. It's the second day of racing at Meigs. Track is in a little bit better shape. It looks good. Looks fast. If number 5, if Don, if you can just give a panoramic view of the grounds as here. This is Ohio's most unique racetrack. This was a third of a mile racetrack until 1868, 69. And they enlarged it by just extending the straightaways. That's an awful tight turn. It looks tight in front, which it is, but it's also tighter in back, and there's a wall of rock that, as you come out of it, you got to keep hold of your horse thing, but it's great racing. People drive accordingly. They're not wild. They know they have to be careful in the first turn and the last turn. So it's a great thing. Today is Mike Wepkenberg's first time starting here at the Meigs County Fair. Of all the fairs, I think he's done just about every one of them. And this is the first time in about 45 years. So
need one more. Keep them together.
You look around and a smile comes to your face. You say, wow. Because it's a nice little track. In fact, the townspeople are so supportive. They're usually out here in droves. Of course, now with the COVID, we don't have that. But they have a little stand at the church down the street. Comes back, they sell sliced fruit. And last year they were here, they went through 750 cups of it. And that's their money for their charities for the year. Come up here. Steve Swanson, This is the director of Meigs County Fair. I'm going to maintain social distancing. Good, good, good. And my arm's not that long. And you can take that off for an interview. Steve, what number fair is this? Off the top of your head.
152.
It sounds good to me. Nice fair. How long have you been associated with it?
I'm going on my 12th year.
Are you stabled here too, or?
I do. I have a 1-2-year-old colt trotter that will race today.
What race you're in?
We're in the 6th.
All eyes will be on him. What's his name?
RSA Peepee's Chip.
Okay. Who named that one?
The guy we bought him from.
Is he? Well, yeah. So, Steve, it's a good, nice track. Looks in great shape.
Yes, we've been working on it for several days now. Now, it does help that there's not much going on down here during the week. There's not much driving around, so we've been able to keep it up pretty good.
Line them up. Praise
As I
the Lord.
said, scenic track, the grandstand construction in 1890 and remodeled. It's in fantastic shape. Steve Swatzel, thanks for being here. We're coming up to the first race at Meigs County in
Here are the
Rock
horses.
Springs at the Rock.
For the first, 3-year-old filly pace, Southern Valley Colt Stake, $8,712. Number 1 is Jurassic Jillian. Jerry Welch of Waterford High, Eric Nesselrode, the trainer, the driver, Alex Hawk. 2 is Pines Triple Nickel. Patsy Hall, West Portsmouth, Ohio, Dustin Pfeiffer, the trainer, Clayton Pfeiffer aboard. 3 is Miss Bacon A. Eric Nesselrode of Stockport, Eddie Stewart of Beverly. Nesselrode trains, Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 4 is Pine Little Annie. Homie Rodney Harness of Beaver, Ohio. Harness trains, the driver, John Renard. Number 5, Good Timin' Woman. Owned by the Melrose Stable of Hopewell, Ohio, trained by John Ryan Melsheimer. Melsheimer drives. And number 6 is John's Flighty Girl. Owned by Steve and Tammy Carter, Londonderry, Ohio. Steve Carter trains her. Dustin Bothman is in the sulky. They'll take 1 score and go to the gate. Number 1, Jurassic Jillian. The driver, Alex Hawk. In the first race, I'm going to go with the 1, Jurassic Jillian. Looked real good at Zanesville. Come flying to win by a neck at McConnellsville. For second, the 2, Pines Triple Nickel. She's tough, 55-1 earlier at Soda Downs. Hadn't been real sharp the last 2, but she'll like this track. And for third, let's go with the 6, John's Flighty Girl. She finished second last week at Zanesville. I like them 1, 2, 6 in the first.
So, Mr. Patterson, 1, 2, 6. I'm not any good at the trifectas. I'm just going to go with an exactor. I like John's Flighty Girl. The Steve Carter trainee. It's the Bothman Carter Overdrive. They're taking care of business. And she is following Jurassic Jillian, who can step on out of there. So I'm going to go just on post position. 5 and 6, incidentally, start from the second tier. So John's Flighty Girl, number 6. And Pines Triple Nickel, because she is the highest money-winning filly in here. Nice Pine Valley out of Jackie's Cam. Bred by Delbert Ross. It's homebred. And I'll go 6-2.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
I'll leave the trifectas for the experts. First race from the Rock Springs. Meigs County Fair. Beautiful day. 78 degrees, 79, close enough.
First division, 3-year-old pacing fillies are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and pacing Pines Triple Nickel. Fires right out for the lead. Jurassic Jillian bobbled at the start. Miss Bacon A dropped in third. John's Fighty Girl up on the outside. Good Timing Woman and Pine Little Annie. Down the back lane they go. Pines Triple Nickel on top by many. Jurassic Jillian is second. Miss Bacon A is pacing third. John's Flighty Girl fourth. They're by the quarter 29-4. Good Timing Woman and Melsheimer and Pine Little Annie. Around the turn, down the lane they'll come for the first time. Pines Triple Nickel looking for her third victory of the season. And Clayton's got her in high gear on the choo-choo. Racing second, Jurassic Jillian for Hawk. John's Flighty Girl, Miss Bacon A, Good Timing Woman, and Pine Little Annie. They're halfway home with Pines Triple Nickel. The half, 102-2. Racing second, Jurassic Jillian. Now here comes John's Flighty Girl, motoring up on the outside third. Miss Bacon A is fourth. Racing five, Pine Little Annie. Off stride, trailing the field, Good Timing Woman. Down the backside, they go to the 3/4 mile mark. And out of the pocket, here comes Jurassic Jillian Hawk, motoring right on by. Pines Triple Nickel back to second. 3/4 in 1, 30-4. They're smoking as they turn for the money. On top, Jurassic Jillian and Hawk the leader. John's Flighty Girl takes dead aim on the outside third. Pines Triple Nickel third. Down the lane they come. It's all Jurassic Jillian. John's Flighty Girl second. How high can Hawk fly? Jurassic Jillian. 202-4. Jurassic Jillian, her third straight.
And then along came Jones. 202-4. That is an excellent mile here.
1, 6, 2, 29-2, 102-2, 130-4, 202-4. Back half in a minute. That's a new mark for the winner, Classic Jillian.
Thank you, Jim.
202-4, new mark.
Jurassic Jillian had taken a mark.
3-year-old filly by Pine Valley.
Taking a mark at McConnellsville at 203-2. And that was just on the 8th. So it was his 3 in a row in Ohio. Jurassic Jillian. And Alex Hawk is flying like an eagle. Do. He is in a good year. That's his 11. Got more than that.
In the winner's circle, winner of the first 3-year-old filly pace, Southern Valley Cold Stake for the big purse, $8,712. Sponsored by Holzer Health System. Jerry Welch, Waterford, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode, the trainer. Alex Hawk, the winning driver. Number 1, Jurassic Jillian. 3-year-old bay filly by Pine Valley out of Fine Feeling. Third win of the season. Paces to new lifetime mark here today at the Rock, 202-4. Final half, 1 minute, 2/5.
Again. Alex Hawk, that for the year, that is his 26th win, 185
Results
starts.
Official for the first. Jurassic Jillian, the winner. Pines Triple Nickel, 3. Miss Bacon A, 4. Pine Little Annie, 5. Good Timing Woman, 6. John's Flighty Girl was 2. 29-2, 102-2, 130-4. That's a new mark for Jurassic Jillian. She covered a mile in 2:02 and 4. 1:34, 5:6, 2 on the bottom, 2:02 and 4. Me and Tom hit that perfect in the first. Bring your horses on the track for the second. Melsheimer on the 1.
Yeah, good way to start the day. Great mile. We're coming up to the second. This is for 3-year-old trot fillies. They go for, take it all, $8,700, $87. $4 a minute to win it. We'll be back with after a few short messages from our sponsors.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service, standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to
when
visit
you need
the
supplies for your horse,
Yearlings
one name
at the
stands
Ohio
out:
Selected
Big D's.
Jug Sale
Since
at
1974,
Pickaway Ag
Big D's
Center
Tack and
on
Vet
Friday,
Supply has been the
September 18th.
equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
During several of today's races, watch and listen for your chance to play Text Trivia. Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. All correct texts will be eligible to win. So enter this number on your phone and be ready, 614-633-5554. That's 614-633-5554, and good luck from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. We are back at Meigs County Fairgrounds. It's in Pomeroy. It's just 2 miles down the south. This is Rock Springs. Rock Springs is named after a Rock Springs. They have a little bit up the road, right around the fairgrounds too. I don't know if it's still here, but it was a cool, refreshing spring. And during the Civil War, Confederate General John Hunt Morgan, the Morgan's Raiders, he journeyed up into Ohio. It was one of the furthest north he got, but he stopped to refresh his men. I think he had about 2,000 men with him, or 1,000, but he stopped to refresh at Rock Springs. They have a commemorative plaque there. And then when he tried to leave, he was met by the local militia, and they made him run the gauntlet through a little valley through here, and he got pretty banged up, and only one person in town got wounded, and he was shot in the shoulder. But Morgan's Raiders Morgan's Raiders were all done after that. They surrendered, I think, up north, wherever they did surrender about 3 weeks later. But little town of Rock Springs, a famous spot. It's part of historical. They got a nice scenic Ohio River. This was also the first spot of the coal barges being launched down in Pomeroy. That was back in the 1840s. For a little village, got a lot of history. This is the second race. Again, 3-year-old trotting fillies. They have infamously famous John Ryan Mescheheimer. Meshelheimer. He trains. He's going to be driving Infamously Famous, and she has $22,000 on her card, lifetime. 1 win, 4 seconds, and 7 starts. She is the second leading money winner. This year she's picked up $88,355. This year she's a winningest thing. Then they have Away Goes Rosie in the red hot Alex Hawk. His talons are out, and he's been doing well. Of course, I got to say hi to his aunt, his mother, and his grandma, because they are ardent supporters, and I don't blame you. Very proud of him. He's doing well this year, and got the Hawkeye on the Hawk. So he has Away Goes Rosie. She's got 8 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds, 1 third. And she's only one lifetime in 19 starts, so she has a tendency to be a bridesmaid. 3, Full Carat Diamond with Melvin Blyler. Looking for his first lifetime win. She is. And she has trotted in 2-4 at Piketon. That's her. She trotted in 4 and 3. Mile went 2 and 3. And number 4, She's a Chip. Eric Nesselrod trained for Dwayne Lowe of Malta, Ohio. She has 3 wins out of 6 starts and 1 third. She won last week, just went in Zanesville on the 17th, 3 days ago, 2-4. She won at McConnellsville on the 8th, in 2-5 and 3. So she's looking for 3 in a row in Ohio. Horses are on the track, and we're waiting for the call to post, the post parade. Very idyllic setting here.
Get them together, parade in order. You're all out.
There they come. Post parade for today's second at the Rock.
Here's the starting lineups for the second. 3-year-old filly trotters, Southern Valley Colt Stake for $8,787, sponsored by Holzer Health System. 1 is Infamously Famous. Joyce McClellan of Zanesville, William Rufinata of Archibald, trained and trained by John Ryan and Melsheimer. Number 2, Away Goes Rosie. Judith Moyer of St. Clairsville, Ohio, the Rocket, Ricky Williams trains her. Alex Hawk gets the call. Number 3 is Full Carat Diamond. 3-year-old by full count is owned, trained, and trained by Melvin Byler of Salesville, Ohio. Salesville, real close to Old Washington. And number 4, She's a Chip. Dwayne Lowe, Malta, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode, the trainer. Brady Clemens is in the bike. He'll take 1 score and go to the gate. In the second, the 2 fastest horses are the 1 and the 4. However, both of them will make breaks at times. Now, at Piketon, John Ryan told me the 1 was hitting the bike. That's what made her run down there. And then she's been good the last 3 starts. Second at McConnellsville, a winner at Croton, wire to wire. Finishing second last week at Zanesville. She's a Chip. 3 of 6, 204 the other night at Zanesville. She's been good the last 2 starts. She was making some breaks earlier. Nesselrode has her straightened out now, it looks like. Away Goes Rosie with Hawk and Full Carat Diamond with Byler. I'm going to go with the 4, She's a Chip. For second, the 1, Infamously Famous. For third, the 2, Away Goes Rosie. I like the 4. She's a chip.
Absolutely. You got the two best horses in the race. Again, 2-year-old fillies. You never can tell, especially with the tight turns. But John Ryan has raced here many times as Brady Clemens. I believe Eric Nessel rode. He has. This is Dwayne Lowe's. This is his home, almost his home track. He's up at McConnellsville, but this is only about 30 miles to the east, southeast of McConnellsville. So I am going to go with the one, Infamously Famous. I think John Ryan will help her. He trains. It's always good to have a trainer as a driver because they know the horse the best. They are ready. They're moving in behind them.
Moving in for the second. One division for 3-0 filly trotters. Money in the Buckeye State, $8,787. And racing fans, here they come for this afternoon's second. Away goes Rosie's off stride. They're off and trotting. Impulsively Famous and Melsheimer fire right out for the lead. Full Carrot Diamond will get away second. She's a chip. Unhurried third for Clemens. And away goes Rosie. Trails the field. She broke before the gate sprung. Down the back lane they motor. Impulsively Famous and Melsheimer right down the yellow brick road. Leads it by 6. Full Carrot Diamond and Byler second. She's a chip third. Away goes Rosie. 29-4. Quick opening quarter for 3-year-old filly trotters. And Melsheimer is going right down the road. Impulsively Famous shows the way. Full Carrot Diamond second. Now here comes She's a Chip. Firing up in the middle of the track from third. Away goes Rosie fourth. They pass by the stands for the first time. Impulsively Famous and Melsheimer, a big lead. In 101 and 3. Full Carrot Diamond second. She's a Chip. Don't like the track too well third. Trotting fourth. Away goes Rosie. Down the backside they go, and they're chasing a ghost. Impulsively Famous on top of the field. Full Carrot Diamond, the long shot second. Sees a Chip, got rough again third. Away goes Rosie. We'll have to wait for Woodsfield. They fire by the 3/4 mile mark. 3/4, 1:32. Could this be a new track record here at the Rock? Impulsively Famous and Melsheimer shows the way. And Melsheimer takes her wide to get around that last turn. Down the lane she comes. Impulsively Famous, the big lead. Full Carrot Diamond second. She's a Chip third. She's at the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown! Impulsively Famous. There's football back in Ohio this year. 205 and 2.
Now, when you say in the middle of the track, that's where John Ryan kept her. Best spot for her. She was, again, the turns are tight. And when she raced at Piketon, she made a break. I think she might have hit the trot maybe 3 times.
3, 4, 29 and 4, 101 and 3. 132, 205 and 2. Impulsively Famous. Second win of the season.
But
she's by Cash Hall.
She took off on a run, and again, as I said, she might have hit the trot maybe 3 times in the mile, but she was on the outside. She was placed 5th because she never, he couldn't take it back. She was grabbing on so much. She was awful ramming. And that was the best way to drive this mare is right on the front end. Give her a head and say, go ahead, Mama. Do your thing, trot. And she did today.
In the winner's circle, winner the second for 3-0 Filly Trotters, sponsored by Holzer Health System, $8,787. Owned by Joyce McQuillan of Zanesville, William Rufinat of Archibald, John Ryan Melsheimer trains her. John Ryan Melsheimer in the bike, number 1 in Famously Famous. She's a 3-0 Bay Filly by Cash Hall out of Hot Chili Girl, second of the season, 205 and 2. Results official. Impulsively Famous, the winner. Away Goes Rosie, 4. Full Carrot Diamond, 2. She's a Chip, 3. 29 and 4. 101 and 3. 132, 205 and 2. 142, 3. 205 and 2. Bring your horses on the track for the third. In the third, number 1, So Rockin' Ravi. John Ryan Melsheimer will drive.
Thank you. And that was Infamously Famous. We'll be coming back shortly for the third race after a few short messages from our sponsors.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all of the breeders that supported our first season, standing the popular sire, Dancin' Yankee. Cool Winds also stands the fast son of Some Beach Somewhere, Santa Fe Beach Boy, and 2015 Little Brown Jug runner-up Lost for Words, who engaged in an epic battle with Wiggle It Jiggle It, and whose first crop will sell this fall. Be sure to visit Randy and Kim Haynes in the Cool Winds Farm consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
It's time for text trivia. Again, put this number in your phone, 614-633-5554. 614-633-5554. The question: Rock Springs, this track right here, Meigs County Fairground, used to be a third of a mile track. There are no third of a mile tracks left, I believe. I say that with certainty, but can't say it with certainty, but there's no third of a mile tracks left. But what size track is the most numerous throughout North America? Is it a half-mile track, A, B, a 5/8 mile track, or C, a mile track? 98% of the races go for a mile, so they're just different size tracks. They all go a mile race. Is it A, most numerous in North America, A, a half-mile track, B, a 5/8 mile track, or C, a mile track? Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. I'll take the second and the fourth correct answer, and you'll win a nice prize package from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. 614-633-5554. Most numerous track in North America. A, half-mile track, B, a 5/8 mile track, or C, a mile track. Good luck. We do have our winners, and I will be notifying them so they can get back with their names. And of course, North America, this included the fairs, so this was a gimme. And fairs, they're so numerous, we have to add Ohio's 66 fair tracks. They're all half-mile tracks. The correct answer is A, half-mile track. Most popular. In fact, we went through this question. The first 5/8 mile track was in 1953 up at, I forget where. It was up in Michigan someplace, I forget where it was. It was 1953. But the construction, the new mile track, Vernon Downs is a 3/4 mile track. That was in 1953 also. Meadowlands opened in 76. But there's really not that many mile tracks per se. But they're half miles by tons the most. And I'll be getting back with the answer. I'm texting them now. Now, the harness racing started out on a 3rd mile track, actually, too, and then they had straightaways for 1/8 of a mile. But when the half-mile track was introduced, the old-time horsemen, the horsemen's, the ones that drove, they loved driving on a half-mile track because that is, you have to use, you have to use your smarts out there. That's all strategy, and if you have to back into a horse, keep a horse hung out, and keep a horse locked in. Of course, nowadays with the removing of the hub rail, which is a good thing, but if a horse got locked in, now they can, if they get locked in, they get problems, they can just go right inside the pylons, and they're all right. But the old-time drivers and on the county fairs, but way back in the days when Kansas had them, that was where Frank Irvin, he was born in 1907. He drove out in the Kansas fairs, Salina, and he said that was rough and ready. And they said the drivers, they didn't have the wheel disc back then, and the drivers used to put their horse's foot and step in the spokes just purposely to ruin the wheels and put this competition out of the race. So, and they didn't have the technology that we have nowadays, but it was rough and tumble back then. And believe you me, when you're sitting behind a 1,300-pound horse going at 30 miles an hour, you have to keep your eye on everything. But are they on the track for the 3rd race yet? Or 4th? This looks like a good
Parade in order.
There they are. Saved by Chris Patterson. This is the first of 2 divisions for the two-year-old pacing colts in gelding. Purse at $4,851. 5 youngsters in there. And here they are.
Here are the horses for the 3rd. 2-year-old colt pace, Southern Valley Colt Stake, $4,851. Number 1 is So Rockin' Ravi, owned by Dick and Ryan Householder, Junction City, Ohio. Eric Nelson Road, the trainer, the driver, J.R. Melsheimer. Number 2 is Snoopy Snoop, Al Childs, Athens, Ohio. Nelson Road trains with Brady Clemens. 3, She's a Kid, Brenda Pfeiffer, Waverly, Ohio. Dustin Pfeiffer, the trainer, Clayton Pfeiffer driving. 4 is Piketon Flash, owned and trained by Ed Davis of Waverly, Ohio, with Alex Hawk. And number 5 is WJ's Big Breeze, owned by Joan and Roy Burns of Milford Center, Ohio. Burnsy trains, Roy Burns is in the bike. They'll take one score and go to Big Mike. Number 1, So Rockin' Ravi. The driver, John Ryan Melsheimer.
Okay, the third race. I'm going to go. He's got a couple of nice Snoop win at Piketon.
In the third race, I'm going to go with the 2, Snoopy Snoop. The 2-year-old by Woodstock, 2:07 this year, 2 minutes at Piketon. For second, the 1, So Rockin' Ravi. Couple wins. For third, the 3, She's a Kid. 2, 1, 3.
Mr. Patterson and I agree on that. I'm the exacta guy. 2-1, Snoopy Snoop, looking for his third win in 8 starts. So again, he got the mark of 2 minutes at Piketon, and that was with the last quarter in, a drum roll please, 28-3. That's it. Then he come right back at McConnellsville, 2-4-1. Now last week at Zingsville,
approaching the starting gate.
he still paced in 2-1, but the mile went in 59-3. Speakwell, that's a nice colt, won it. They are behind the gate, so I'm going to go with 2-1. I think a little contest. Chris and I will see you. So far, we're neck and neck. Both picked one winner. This will be a tiebreaker, but we both picked the same horse. Well. Yeah, they are. They're on head of the lane.
First division, 2-year-old colt paces are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Rough and pacing, So Rockin' Ravi fires quickly for the lead off the rail. Into the first turn they go, and it's Snoopy Snoop taking the trip second. She's a Kid and Pfeiffer on hold. Racing down along the cones, WJ Big Breeze and Pikeland Flash and Hawk sees them all. Down the backside they go. So Rockin' Ravi, the pet rock colt, shows the way with Melsheimer by 2. Snoopy Snoop racing second. They're by the quarter in 29-3. Around the turn they go. She's a Kid underway third, racing fourth. That's WJ's Big Breeze, Pikeland Flash. Down the long stretch they'll motor for the first time. So Rockin' Ravi leads the way. Snoopy Snoop right in the pocket second. She's a Kid still on hold third. Racing fourth, WJ's Big Breeze, Pikeland Flash 5. They're by the half, 103-4. Honest fractions for So Rockin' Ravi. Snoopy Snoop takes the trip second. Racing third, She's a Kid. WJ's Big Breeze and Bernsey bounces along fourth. Piketon Flash under a crack of the War Club is fifth. They fight by the 3/4 mile mark. So Rockin' Ravi still there. Snoopy Snoop second. 3/4, 132-4. She's a Kid ready to come to the outside third. They're at the top of the stretch, and down the lane they come. So Ravishing Ravi. Here comes Snoopy Snoop in the middle of the track. Snoopy Snoop. So Ravi. She's a Kid on the far outside. Down the lane. So Rockin' Ravi. Snoopy Snoop second. So Rockin' Ravi. In 2:05.
One, two, three. And it will be So Rockin' Ravi. Went 2-5. Last half in 2. Snoopy Snoop couldn't pick up any grounds, but I had the exacta.
1, 2, 3. 29 and 3. 103 and 4. 132 and 3. 205. So Rockin' Ravi, his third of the season. And fans, it's real easy to mark your program this time. They finished the way they started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I should have had the Pentacta, which is the
3/4, 132 and 3.
4.
Change it to 132 and 4. Back to the winner's circle. Winner the third. First division for 2-year-old Colt Pacers for $4,851. Owned by Dick and Ryan Householder of Junction City, Ohio. Eric Nesselrode, the trainer. John Ryan Melsheimer, the driver. Number 1, So Rockin' Ravi. 2-year-old Brown Colt by Pat Rock out of Real Ravishing. Third of the season. 205. That's 2 training wins on today's card for trainer Eric Nesselrode. And Melsheimer has just went back-to-back at the Rock. It's official. So Rockin' Ravi the winner. Snoopy Snoop 2. She's a Kid 3. Piketon Flash 4. WJ's Big Breeze finished 5. 29 and 3. 103 and 4. 132 and 4. 205. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 205. Bring them on the track for the fourth. Number 3, Hanky Panky Andy. Make the driver Brady Clemens.
okay. That was the third. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Sure, it's always that easy. But we will be back shortly with a few messages. After a few messages, and I have one winner already answered, and she says, awesome. It is. You get a nice prize package. I'll be back with the 2 names after these few words.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Midland Acres, established over 50 years ago, is leading the way in harness racing resurgence in the great state of Ohio. Over their 600 acres, many premier broodmares, yearlings, and stallions are able to roam. Midland Acres' success in the past provides momentum for the future. So, if you are breeding your mare or purchasing a yearling, Midland Acres will put you in the winner's circle, doing our best to bring you the best.
Just downstream from Marietta, a small village began in 1804 as 40-year-old Samuel Willis Pomeroy purchased large tracts of land. He was born in Massachusetts, but his parents were originally from Connecticut, Middletown to be exact. He would be the largest landowner in the village, that would be called Coaltown and Salisbury, and become an important producer of coal and salt. In fact, the first coal barges on the Ohio River were loaded at Pomeroy. The village was incorporated in 1840 and designated the county seat the next year, just before Pomeroy's death. A mere 2 miles inland, Rock Springs began the first fair in 1851 before it constructed a 1/3 of a mile racetrack in 1866. It was then enlarged to a 1/2 mile in 1889. The backside and stretch each added another 330 feet to their straightaways as the final turn, with its hills of granite, was reconstructed accordingly. The unique grandstand was built in 1890 and paid for by the residents' contributions. The first turn still retains its 1/3 of a mile charm to this day. Known as The Rock, the much-beloved fairground was added to the National Registry of Historic Places. We're back at The Rock. This is a community-orientated racetrack and fairgrounds. It's the pride of their town. They love it, and they should. It's a nice little track. People are great. They are on a regular season. You will have the grandstand will be filled with family. There's one family that comes. Been coming here for 50 years. They sell programs. It's just everyone chips in. They enjoy it. Chris Patterson, the announcer, he loves it here. It's just it's like a little vacation within a vacation. It's like going back to the old time races. But coming up now for our fourth race, I'm still waiting. Well, they will get back to me. But one of our winners in the text trivia is K. Moat from Greenville, Ohio. We will be in Greenville tomorrow. Incidentally, we'll be Greenville tomorrow, then pressing my head again. Had these written down, but tomorrow's Greenville. Post time is at 2 p.m., I believe. You folks go to www.ohh.com and you get a free program for each of the fairs that we're going to be at. And the programs come out usually 2 days in advance, so you can rack your brains over them like I do. Actually, I found nowadays when I have so many fairs to cover, it's best just to go quickly over that and go with your first picks. And that way you don't get too much. Of course, you'll remember they said, well, they won a good mile. They were parked the whole mile. Bada bing, bada boom, and you get lucky. Of course, if and whenever I go up to the pari-mutuel windows, I freeze. It's like taking a shot on the pool ball, trying to sink the 8, and you choke. That's the same thing when I get up to the windows. What do you want? Well,
all right, let's parade in order. Parade in order, please.
Got the fourth race.
Here are the horses for the fourth. First division for 2-year-old colt trotters. $4,686. Number one is Spry Master. Spry Mister, owned by Cheryl Vegaron of Williamstown, West Virginia. Chuck Vegaron, the trainer. The driver, Alex Hawk. 2 is Big Riggin' Joe, owned by Roy and Joan Burns of Milford Center, Ohio. Trained and trained by Roy Burns. Number 3 is Hanky Panky Andy. Freddie Boyd owns and trains of Marietta. The driver, Brady Clemens. And number 4, Deer Run Billy. Tammy Carter of Londonderry, Frank Johnson of Hamden, Carter trains. Dustin Bothman is in the bike. He'll take one score and go to the gate. In the fourth race, I like the heavy favorite, Spry Mister. This is a nice colt. 6 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. Just get beat by a nose at Zanesville. That was a nice horse that beat him. Spry Master would be the heavy favorite here. If he gets beat, let's try the 2 Big Riggin' Joe. For third, the 4 Deer Run Billy. 1, 2, 4, but I really love the 1. You can bet the rent money on this baby.
Yeah, bet the rent money if you brought a tent. But I do like the 1. He's a very good trotting as again, all 6 starts on the board. But he's only trotted in 2-7, 2-6 and 4 at Wilmington. But last week was a great mile. They went down the half in 6 and 4, come home a minute and 4/5. He cut the mile. The only thing with that, Deer Run Billy shows a mile in 2-2 and 1 up at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series. He's been racing in the Buckeye Stallion Series. That's a little bit better class of animals. So I'm going to go with the 4 and the 1, just for fun. And what do you call it? We'll get Chris Patterson a tent in case if the rent money's all gone. The Deer Run Billy, Spry Mister. And Chris likes Spry Mister and Big Riggin' Joe. Nice compact field for 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. This is their first division. So Mike Webkenberger is moving the starting gates in place. I want to get a little interview, see his reaction to the first turn, because this is usually on most tracks you can drive right over to the side just past the first turn. Well, there is no side past the first turn. You'll be down a little gully there. So he has to go pull off over by the barn. But he gets him out smoothly. I just wonder if Becky's white-knuckled onto the steer wheel when she's steering out of there. This is Deer Run Billy. We have the, and you get sicker. What is that? That's a needle. One of those, I remember they're swamp bugs. As long as it don't land on me, I'm okay. But the Dustin Bothman driving, they've been done well. Dustin, 16 wins and 105 starts. And he's got a nice driving average of .299. And again, if you can keep your average right around 300, you're having a good year. We will be explaining that. I think we'll do a little piece on it for Greenville tomorrow, about who invented the driving average theory and how to do it yourself, how to figure out your
They're
own.
nearing the gate.
Okay, Chris likes the 1, 2, 4. I am just an exacta guy. I'm going with the 4-1. Fourth race at the Meigs County Fair at the Rock, just north of Pomeroy, Ohio. Here they come.
They're at the top of the stretch. Freshmen, 2-year-old trotters. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Deer Run Billy on the outside. Spry Master at the rails. They race into the turn. Off stride went Deer Run Billy. Off stride Hanky Panky Andy. So Big Riggin' Joe will move in second. As they go down the backside, Hawk's got Spry Master on the choo-choo by 4. Big Riggin' Joe, Deer Run Billy, Hanky Panky Andy racing fourth. They're by the opening quarter in 31 and 3. Around the turn, Spry Master and Hawk the leader. Now Deer Run Billy is bobbled and broke stride again. So Big Riggin' Joe and Bernsey will move back on the inside second. Deer Run Billy back trotting third. Hanky Panky Andy is 4. Down the stretch for the first time, and Hawk's in control with Spry Mister by 2. Racing down along the rail second as they race over the halfway mile mark. in 106 and 4. That's Deer Run Billy. Off stride again, Deer Run Billy. As they race down the backside, Big Rig and Joe again will move in second. And Billy's back trotting on the outside for Bothman third. Hanky Panky Andy still 4. Down the backside they go. They're rocking and rolling, trying to catch Spy Mister by 5. Big Rig and Joe second. 3/4, 138 and 3. Deer Run Billy's got trot third, but ground to make up. Hanky Panky Andy 4th. They're at the top of the stretch, and down the lane they come. Spry Mister going to get number 4 on the season, showing the way. Big Rig and Joe outside Deer Run Billy. Come to the wire. You can go to the bank. Spry Mister.
One, two, cold. 1, 2, 4. Cold trifecta for Chris Patterson. Deer Run Billy. The did Run Billy. Broke every 4 times during the mile. That well. That's why they call it horse racing. Spry Mister. Win number 4 and 7 starts. He's done well. This will be a
1, 2, 4. 31 and 3. 106 and 4. 138 and 3. 211 and 2. The 2-year-old by Don't You Forget It. His 4th of the season. He's a good one. Chuck Begeron, the trainer. The little Hawkster, Alex Hawk.
lifetime mark, too. The Hawkster. The Hawkster. Alex marks the spot. It's again, so it's 1, 2, 4, 3. Unofficial. 211 and 2.
Back to the winner's circle. Winner of the 4th First Division for 2-year-old colt trotters. $4,686. Cheryl Vegeron, Williamstown, West Virginia. Chuck Vegeron, the trainer. Alex Hawk, the driver. Number 1, Spry Mister. He's a 2-year-old bay colt, but don't you forget it, out of Spry Miss. 4th of the season. 211 and 2. That's a driving double on today's card for the little Hawkster, Alex Hawk. Spry Mister, the winner. Big Rig and Joe, 2. Hanky Panky Andy, 4. Deer Run Billy was 3. 31 and 3. 106 and 4. 138 and 3. 211 and 2. 1, 2, 4 with a 3 on the bottom. 211 and 2. Bring your horses on the track for the 5th. Number 2, Speaker of the House, the driver Brady Clemens.
So, that's the 4th race. We have 4 more to go. We are at the half-mile marker here at Rock Springs, Meigs County Fair. We will be back after these short messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service, standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Drug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Let's get to know Jimmy Lupton. How'd you get started in the horse racing business?
When I was younger, my stepdad had some horses, and on the weekends I grew up on the east side of Columbus, and I went to my mom. She lived out in the country, and my stepdad trained some horses, and that's how I got started. And then when I got older, I went to work for Ronnie Steck, a good friend of mine, and then I went out on my own. I worked at the state for 16 years, and I decided to do this full time. And that's where we're at today.
What's your first memory of county fair racing?
Oh, very enjoying. It was fun, you know. It was not like going to the raceways, you know. You come out and interact with everybody, and kind of just everybody congregating together, you know, and funner.
What do you do when you're not around the horses?
Oh, well, it's a full-time job now. You know, we started with 20 and we still got 15 of them left, so we like to go camping a little bit when we find time, and usually there's not much time for that.
Do you have a favorite horse you've trained?
Yeah, my favorite horse, probably the most recent that we purchased last year at the sale, is Let's Go Bucks. He's just a classy old horse, you know. He's been around the track more times than I have, and he teaches me stuff.
Do you have a favorite fair?
Yes, actually, Mount Vernon. I actually train there now. We just moved there 2 years ago. We bought a place out there, and just a beautiful setting up on the hill, overlooks the pond, and it's a nice track.
What's your favorite fair food?
I don't know if you've seen me lately, but a lot of them. Probably Strombolis.
That's getting to know Jimmy Lupton.
Back for the fifth 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. This is the second division of 2. This is $4,851. 4 horses. Everyone gets a check and then some. And I just found out the winner of the race gets also the 5th place money in these short fields. That's a nice payday. Before, I like the 2. Before Chris gets his chance,
For the
I like the 2.
Second division for 2-year-old colt pacers. The jackpot, $4,851. One is Lucky Ludwig, owned, trained, and driven by Melvin Byler, Salesville, Ohio. 2 is Speaker of the House, Tim Van Horn, Malta. Van Horn trains the driver, Brady Clemens. 3 is Somewhere Funny, SNL Racing LLC of Woodsfield, Ohio. He's trained and trained by Jeff Kirkbride. And number 4 is Highway Rock, Ryan and Dick Householder, Junction City. Eric Nesselrode trains Dustin Bothman. We'll call the shots. They'll take 1 score and go to Big Mike, the 2, Speaker of the House, Brady Clemens.
National Historic Registry and a National Historic Landmark.
In the 5th, I like the 2, Speaker of the House. Raced good the other night at Zanesville. Big winner on his home court at McConnellsville before that. For second, the 4, Highway Rock and Bothman. For third, the 3, Somewhere Funny and Kirkbride. 2, 4, 3.
Yes, Chris. I like the 2. And I like the 4 as well. This is only horse in here. Speaker of the House, 7 wins, 7 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds, 1 third. The others are not on the board this year as yet. So I just bet to win. Speaker of the House. I want to congratulate, speaking of winners, I want to congratulate, of course, we'll go again, Kay Moat of Greenville. And our second winner is Terry Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
Over in Lebanon, Ohio. Now, that's a ways off from Rock Springs. In fact, Greenville, Dark County Fair, all the way over to here at Meigs County Fair, a total of 193 miles. So I can imagine that you don't get down here too often. But as you can see, it's a scenic, nice little track. Again, the weather's great here. We're nestled in the hills in the valley. And I get to go looking for the rock spring, get some bottled water. So congratulations to Terry Monroe and Kay Moat. You'll be getting a prize package from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. We will be playing one more after the 6th race. So put on your thinking caps and put 614-633-5554 in your phone. Be ready to win. We want to give all this stuff away. They're moving up behind the gate. 4 in it. Prime Mister.
Starter Michael Wolfenberg has called him in. It's post time for the 5th at the Rock.
Lucky Ludwig, Speaker of the House, Somewhere Funny, and Highway Rock into 4-hole.
And racing fans, freshman pacers, top of the stretch. Here they come.
When I was a kid, they used to race 3/4 midgets around this.
They're off and pacing. Speaker of the House charges for the lead. Highway Rock up on the outside will drop in second. Lucky Ludwig got away third. Somewhere Funny and Kirkbride seats fourth. Down the back lane they go, and Clemens not fooling around. He's got the favorite, Speaker of the House. The well-said coach shows the way by 2 1/4. Highway Rock and Dustin Bothman will stock him all the way second. The long shot Lucky Ludwig and Byler checking things out third. Somewhere Funny and Kirkbride fourth. They're by the quarter in a soft 32 seconds. Speaker of the House by 2. Highway Rock, he's by Pet Rock out of the powerful Carter stable, and he's set in second. Lucky Ludwig racing third for Byler. Somewhere Funny fourth. That's the way they'll come down, passing the stands and the fans for the first time. Speaker of the House on top. Highway Rock comes to the outside to pressure the pace more. Racing third, Lucky Ludwig and Somewhere Funny. Oh boy, they really backed the half off. 108-2. Speaker of the House still there. Highway Rock second. Lucky Ludwig third. Somewhere Funny comes up on the outside. Down the lane they go to the 3/4 mile mark. Speaker of the House. He did everything perfect, and he shows the way. Highway Rock racing second. 3/4, 138-3. Up on the outside, Somewhere Funny and Lucky Ludwig. They're at the top of the stretch. Speaker of the House shows the way. Highway Rock will come to the center of the track. Down the lane they come. Speaker of the House, the leader. Highway Rock can't go with him. There's 50,000 strong in the grandstand, and the crowd going crazy. Speaker of the House. 210 and 4. He was a jog burglar.
Then official. 2, 4, 3, 1. I'm positive about the 2 and the 1. The 4 and